Welcome back, everybody. It's the Chris and Ed Show. We work at Old North State Winery. We do tastings here every Thursday night at 6 p.m. downtown Mount Airy, 308 North Main Street.
Downtown Mount Airy.
That's right. There's only one, right? Well, no.
No, there's one in Maryland.
Yeah. Anyway, you get the idea. We're in Mount Airy, North Carolina, otherwise known as Mayberry. So for those of you that can't make it on Thursday nights, we do this lovely little virtual video. I call it lovely, but maybe
It is lovely.
It's kind of rinky-dink. But it gets the job done, and that's what's important.
Rinky Dink has nothing to do with lovely.
That's good. Okay. Lovely rinky-dink video is what we're doing here. And we're going to talk about 2 of the 4 wines that we'll be tasting this Thursday. And if you are not getting this wine pickup packet, you're really missing out. Chef Chris gives you 2 delicious tasting packs, and we give you 2 full bottles of wine. And you get
Full bottle.
That's right. You take them home, you drink them, you watch the video while we entertain you somewhat, and you taste the food with it, and you realize how lucky you are.
I'm telling you, it's like one of the things is free.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So anyway, for those of you that are out there, we appreciate your support, and whenever you can, tell a friend, watch the video, like the video, share the video.
Like, share, subscribe.
We are looking at getting 30 viewers, man.
Consistently,
that's
man.
Huge.
Consistent.
We're huge. We're viral. It's awesome. But that's not why we do it. We do it because we want to stay connected with our dear ones out there that can't be with us here on Thursday nights. We have quite a loyal following. And, well, they are missed when they can't be here. So we're glad we get to stay connected through the old YouTube channel. So, well, I guess we should probably pour some wine so we can talk about it. So in your packet, you're going to start off with a couple of reds this time.
'Tis the season, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Cheers, Chefy.
Cheers. Thank you, my friend.
Well, this is from one of our favorite vineyards, Morgan. This is from Monterey County. If you don't know,
Monterey.
It is way south of Sonoma and Napa, much cooler region right there on the Monterey Bay, which is an incredibly large air conditioner in a sense, keeps everything very cool. And we've had, well, at the chef's table, we serve a lot of their Chardonnays and Pinots, their Burgundian style.
The double L's, yeah.
Yeah, the double L is amazing. So this is more of a price approachable wine, as their other wines are probably a little bit more than we would spend on this video. We'd have to raise your prices a little bit for your pickup pack. Not that we're opposed to doing one every now and again that's a little more
We
expensive.
keep talking about that. We need to throw one out.
Yeah, we will. We talk about a lot of stuff, don't we?
That's a great point.
Yeah. But every now and again we get stuff done.
It's true.
Oh, that reminds me, Chef, before we get started, because I know these people are just dying to know. Are we going to do family meals ever again?
It's funny you asked. We're going to do those next week.
Boom. So think about that. You can get your wine pickup pack and you can pick up a family meal next week. Stay tuned for details on that.
Well, you want to give you a couple of
a little teasers?
little teasers?
Let's do it.
Brasstown beef, Brasstown, North Carolina. Brisket.
Your famous brisket?
Famous brisket.
Yep.
Salt and pepper brisket.
Yep.
You don't need to be fancy. Salt and pepper brisket. Herb de Provence roasted whole chickens. And these are the Springer Mountain.
Yep.
Jambalaya.
Really?
You betcha.
Oh,
So
busy
that's
week
kind of
next
a
week, Chef.
Sneak peek into what's coming next week.
That'll be February.
It will, that's right. What is
That's
February like first?
what a great way to kick it off. And we're going to do that February and March at the very least.
At the very least. That's minimum.
So plan your family meal pickups on, I think we're doing what, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday,
Right.
Fridays
Wednesday, Thursday,
in
Friday.
February, March, outside of a, Snowopolis or something like. Hell, we can probably still do it if it snows. I don't know, but
You and I can,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're in walking distance.
We're walking distance. We've got
question is, can you get here to pick it up?
we've got all-terrain vehicles. So
We've had some cold weather, but we've gotten through it, thankfully, and that was with the help and support of red wine.
well, we all have a crutch. What we depend on to get through these weeks, and for us, it's been the wine.
That's right. So this beautiful, beautiful blend from our favorite producer of Monterey County, I would safely say. Had the pleasure of being out there in 2018. Absolutely beautiful area, very cool, even in August. And you're finding that there is a lot, what I would call a lot of creativity out here. Now, this is going to be done in a Côte de Rhône style. I'm going to say style because this doesn't taste French, chef, but there
so
are
fruity for a French wine,
yes,
yeah.
it tastes like Monterey.
Yeah.
That's we're grateful for that. But it is predominantly Grenache with about 30% Syrah and just a wee bit of Tempranillo, maybe 3%. And this is very much the Tempranillo would not be a Côte de Rhône style, but certainly the Grenache Syrah would be. And
yeah, it's right there on the border. So I mean,
this is a stone's throw, right? So what we like here is chef. This is fruity. There's no doubt about it.
But I didn't mean that in a bad way.
Exactly.
That
That's
was
why
not
we
a
like it.
criticism. It was a compliment. It's very fresh. It's a very fresh wine, and especially how they get the Syrah to be more toned down.
Right.
Is really remarkable and a real a testament to their winemaker that they have such a fresh offering with these varietals.
Absolutely, and the boy, you know what I love about this too? Of course, you're getting tremendous alcohol because it's Grenache, and Grenache is known for giving us that 14+%. But there's that beautiful, like really fine crushed pepper in here that just makes it lovely.
Absolutely. I mean, you couldn't be more correct. I mean, it's literally just.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Right.
not a it's not a heavy pepper. It's not a spice pepper. It is a fresh pepper. Everything about this wine is fresh.
Yeah, incredibly fresh. And you're talking about a wine that was harvested in 2018. This is a long time ago in terms of.
I mean, you have 4 years in the bottle to come out this bright.
Yeah.
That's
And
pretty
it's
pretty
super
impressive.
fresh. It tastes like it was made today, and that says a lot about what they're doing there in Monterey. And that's where this beautiful city. Look how slow those tears are.
Yeah, they're just
Chef.
slowly
They are
coming
crawling.
down.
I'm gonna bet they're a wee bit more than 14 flat, but
They get a little variance.
yeah. So you're gonna have here this beautiful combination of something that's really largely alcoholic, but you can't really detect the alcohol, which is, I mean, this drinks like almost.
I would never in a million years say this drinking hot.
No,
Never in a million years.
It's so
It's all fruit.
so integrated. Beautiful, beautiful wine. And you know, you've got a wine here that's again coming in under $20 that beautiful for Tuesday night, beautiful for any night.
Morgan coming in under 20.
I know, right? They're giving us a gift. This is a gift. For
Winter ain't
Morgan.
all bad, I guess.
That's right. So in their little packets, do you know what you might be giving them to pair with it?
Well, you know, it's great. We just got a treat back. So our friends at American Butcher have been having some fits and starts with. It's funny. It's this whole chain of production and things. You know, not being able to find things. You know what their holdup's been? It's been like the paper and the shrink wrap for their salumi. It's
Right.
not the pork. It's not the product.
Right.
But their packaging has been a big issue, and then we've been experiencing this here at O&S. We're
Big time, yeah.
having a lot of trouble with our packaging. But anyway, they're back, and guess what? Great timing. Their cherry pie.
Oh,
Their
yeah.
cherry pie
there's-
salami.
Sure, yeah.
So
That was
we
one of my
got their-
favorites.
Their dried cherry salumi, which is going to go great with this. We're going to pair it with some Calvander from Chapel Hill Creamery and some Kalamata olive. I mean, a nice little tapas there to have the cherry pie salumi and that gorgeous Asiago style cheese from Chapel Hill and some beautiful marinated olives. I think it's going to be great.
Absolutely. I love the idea with olives here too, Chef. I think that salinity with this
The
fruit,
salinity with the fruit's going
Man.
to pop it right up.
that is a.
And there'll be
that's-
just enough dry fat with the rest of it. It should be a good balance.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. And yeah, those cherries in that salumi really brighten it. It's not that greasy, heavy.
Oh, right.
You know,
That's
like,
a-
I mean,
that's
like
the
those
word right
cherries,
there,
the
Chef.
cherries
That's the
just,
word.
like pop it right
They
up.
pop it right up. It's not greasy, and you can get some greasy salami.
I
But
also like those too. Don't get me wrong.
oh, they have their place.
Yeah.
No diggity doubt. But I mean, just for we're talking about pairing here.
Sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it's gonna be
Absolutely.
perfect.
So, also, you're getting not only a delicious wine, but it's. I would love for more people to know about this producer because I am just thrilled with everything they make, and it's a real treat. It's a great value. All their price points are great value, in my opinion.
Well,
Their $50 wines are a great value.
well, not only Morgan, which is, I mean, clearly their entire portfolio is drinking over the top, but just Monterey. I mean, Monterey is kind of like the darling of California right now. They're overachieving as an AVA, as an area, and I know you've been you've been on your platform for them, rightfully so, and Monterey needs that extra look, not just
Yeah.
with the Morgan, but just anything you see from Monterey, give it a try because that's a really world-class wine growing region that, like most things in California, you're always struggling to keep up with Carneros, Russian Rivers,
Right.
Rutherford,
Sonoma, Napa, yeah.
I mean,
They cast a big
everybody's
shadow.
It's hard, and they've earned that.
Earned it, totally earned it.
So, but I mean, at the same time, you've got, Monterey, and you've got all these different little sub things in the South doing some world class stuff. St. Louis Obispo, that's how you say it, and all these little areas are just like doing the thing, and we want to help them break out because they're world class.
Chef, this just dawned on me that because of this kind of low tannin structure that this has, certainly less tannins than we'd expect from southern France.
Oh, absolutely.
But, it kind of reminds me, I really think that this could be something that a Pinot drinker would like because it has a real lightness and finesse on the end.
I guarantee you in a blind test for just like the average wine drinker, 6 out of 10 would say this is
Because you can see right through it. It's
6 out of 10 would call this Pinot.
Yeah, the average
Joe, wine, that's
if
what
you will.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you just got a wine drinker and said, hey, try this, they're like, oh, it's great Pinot.
Yeah.
I bet 6 people out of 10 would say that.
So with that being said,
Especially with the pepper. I mean, the pepper and the fruit, 2 hallmarks. The only thing that's really lacking is that smoky leather that a lot of Pinots have. But I mean, it's all over.
So that being said, think about, you could, if there's dishes you like to pair Pinot with,
Fish.
like, and I was about to say salmon.
Fish
I think
shellfish
salmon would be great there. You can do a lot with that wine. It's very, very food friendly. So, well, Chef, we're going to
This would be great if you bought a case next week and got the Provence chicken family meal.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that would be right up your alley.
Oh, Chefy. Look at that beautiful
Look
color.
at that.
That is.
Are you kidding me?
So
that's like, you should take a picture of that and go, all your corks should look like.
right, yeah, that is gorgeous. That is stored well. Also, it helps that it's a dark-skinned grape in there as we are going to move just barely south. We're going to Santa Barbara, and so we're staying in the coolest part of California.
Santa Barbara County, home of Ojai.
And Chef Chris and I are big Stolpman winery fans. This is a collaborative. They do a lot for their, they're really big about giving back to their staff. I want to show you this beautiful label. Isn't that something?
That's a striking label.
It really is, that beautiful owl. And so this is called Para Maria. And this is a 80% Syrah, 20% Petit Verdot. As if the Syrah wasn't dark enough, they threw in some Petit Verdot. And I think that's really what, when I see Petit Verdot, it's almost like it's almost lit purple. It's almost like it's got light in it. Illuminated. That's even a more intelligent word. But Maria is the head of the crew here, and it's a 50-50 collaborative with the staff and the winery in terms of proceeds. Maria is from Mexico, and in her hometown, they are known for being night owls. So they put an owl on the label to kind of represent her homeland and how far she's come, for sure, coming all the way up to beautiful California to make wine, where they probably weren't doing much of that where she was. And then
for now.
There's also a beautiful owl that they have on the premises that is known for keeping the critters out of the vineyard. So there's an owl that's predatory and keeping those critters out of their vines, which is nice.
So, and I just think that is such a wonderful thing. And you know, like the what's the winery?
Yummy.
Red River Hawk or Red Tail Hawk or something.
Yeah.
You know, they use all predators.
Right.
They're an organic vineyard, and they have they have brought in predators that naturally feed on and also in the ground. I mean, they actually bring in insects that are beneficial to the soil and eat things and so that's the future, which is the past.
Right.
I mean, all new things are old things. But I mean, what a wonderful thing, not only for the owls, but for us, you know.
Well, this is Syrahs.
Unless you're the critter, unless
Man.
you're the bait, of course.
Oh,
That
that's what
guy
they're here
sucks to
for.
be eaten.
That's what they're here for. So that Syrah, that kind of meaty, earthy, rich nose that you would expect from the great Syrahs of France. I think this is all over it. It is almost black. It is beautiful. It's
stupid.
beautiful. It's
This is
silky.
stupid.
The Petit Verdot does show in here too.
It does. It gives it that little. Oh gosh, what's the word? Because the words I'm going to say aren't going to make it sound good. But
Well, Petit Verdot has its own kind of wackiness.
a
to it.
wackiness. It's got a wackiness to it, and that shows through. That kind of puts this a little off kilter, in a very, very good way.
Sure, yeah.
In a very, very good way, because you know, the world doesn't need another run-of-the-mill Syrah. What it needs is this, and this is wow. Nothing.
This is
I
another-
wouldn't expect anything less from Stolpman.
Yeah, and I think this also, I just want to say, this is very typical of Santa Barbara. I find their wines to be thirst quenching. Yeah, my mom and stepdad Joe, they go out to Santa Barbara quite often for conferences, and they always make time to hit the wineries. And they typically send me wine back. And it can,
I've had
and it's
many of the wines they sent back.
That's
They're
right,
always
and a
delicious.
huge diversity of grape varietals is insane out there. You can have Gewürztraminer, Sangioveses, of course, all these Southern Rhône and Northern Rhône.
Lot of
varietals.
Rhône, but you do see it's a very European community out there.
It's crazy how diverse the varietals are out there. And I find one thing to be true of all of them. They're always very fresh and thirst quenching. And I can't always say that about wine. You know, sometimes sometimes I need a glass of water besides some of these larger wines. I like these because, you know, they are going to allow me to kind of plow through the bottle while I'm eating or not eating and be happy.
Yeah, and the structure though is very refined.
Yes.
I mean, this is a built wine. I mean, this is not a hey, give them that. I mean, this is a very structured, well-balanced wine that is also a big dog.
It's also
And,
in a
you don't
14
normally
plus range.
You
in
don't get a
alcohol.
big dog that drinks this structured beer. This tastes like a very, very fine. This to me is drinking more like Chardonnay or Gigondas than a Rhône. Than there's a general Côte de Rhône.
It's weird because structurally I feel like it's an aged wine.
That's what I mean. I mean, it's
But
like a very
flavor
fine
wise,
wine.
it's super
It's fresh.
So this is a 19, which is, you know, just two and a quarter years old, and it is so quaffable. It's scary almost. Sometimes Syrahs can be a bit chewy.
That's kind of where we're kind of going. That you
Yeah.
know, because Syrahs can get away from you a little bit. I mean, they can be really big, and of course the Petit Verdot I'm sure has helped tone that down and push it down a little bit. But they're brilliant.
Well, you
It's
know,
a brilliant wine.
that's why they put Viognier in Syrah and Northern Rhône,
Yeah.
because it needs to be accented and lightened a bit. And this is wow. And so, Chef.
So
you
when
know,
are we going to have some more road coat rôtis? Speaking of that, anyway, I mean, because that sounds delicious.
It's only $300 or $400 a bottle, Chef.
When are we having more road coat rôtis? Actually,
So-
Australians make a pretty good version of that too.
There's a lot of
Their
cool. There's a
value,
cool expressions.
meaning a value at $100 rather
Right.
than
Right. Well, this is these both of these wines are bringing great value. They're both one is predominantly Syrah, one is Syrah as a secondary ingredient, and both are from a beautiful, cool area of California that maybe not on your radar, but it certainly should be. These are wine. Now I know it has been bone cold throughout the country for the most part, wherever you're watching from. But it's been particularly cold for us for what
It's
we
been
because we had a
remarkably cold.
super mild fall, super mild December, and then January's just been
It's been brutal.
payback.
Mhm.
And so
More on the way.
I typically like meatier, thicker wines, but I gotta tell you, as you can see, these are the kind of wines that have been on my mind despite the cold weather. Because I want reds in the winter mostly, and these wines are so light on their. It's not that they're dainty, but they're just
But that's it. They are dainty.
Freshness, I guess.
They are dainty. These are hearty wines that just happen to be fresh.
Yeah.
That you're not sacrificing weight. The weight of these wines is certainly significant. Just beautiful offerings.
I guess I'm not gonna run tonight because I'm gonna just fall in love with these wines.
Well, there's no better time of the year than January to fall in love.
That's right. I agree.
And really, too, when we're talking about backstories, because everybody loves a story. Stolpman, they do it right. And I'm going to talk about another winery in this area that I love too. But Stolpman puts their staff at the forefront of their winemaking.
Mhm.
So many of these big dogs, you only know the winemaker,
Right.
or you only know the owner,
Sure.
and they capitalize, whether they're trying to or not, 100% of the attention.
Mm-hmm.
Where Stolpman understands the sacrifice of the field workers and the sacrifice of the vineyard managers and the
It's a
sacrifice
lot of
of
work.
everyone that goes there. It's a tremendous amount of work.
Yeah.
And so they don't just say, here's your job, go do it. They're an integral part of the winemaking process.
They lift them up. Sure.
And
they showcase them.
They showcase them, and they get input in the wines. And some
They
of
have their own vines,
And so, like on the La Coudria,
which we
offering,
love.
which we love, they're given their own plots of Stolpman vineyards where they do it. They have 100% control from start to finish. The bottling,
Sure.
the label, the blending, everything. It is their wine.
So after they're done working their shift, so to speak, of what their responsibilities are for Stolpman wines, then they can tend to their own vines on their own time.
Yep.
But also that return comes to them.
They get 100%
Yeah.
of the revenue
Right.
from that.
So
bottling.
what a great gift, and what an
Are you kidding me?
and
An
also
encouragement.
what an encouragement to lift them up.
They're lined up waiting to work there.
Oh yeah.
Where would you rather work? Somewhere where you're
Yeah.
nothing?
You actually have
Or
a
you
vested interest.
Invested interest.
Mhm.
It's like an employee-owned, not employee-owned, but you know what I mean.
In a sense, it is. Yeah.
But that's a really big deal. And I know one of the winemakers who really shaped my palate and what I think of great wine in America and what Americans can do with French varietals. And it was something I always feature when I had a wine program. Even though I didn't know what I was doing, I just did wines I liked. I didn't really know why, but and we can argue over the name. It's in Santa Barbara, but it's OJAI, and some
Yeah.
people call it OJI. This and that. I was always because I met the guy from there, and he said it was Ojai.
Right.
But whatever the name is,
Yeah.
that cat been there for almost 40 years.
Mhm.
All Rhône varietals,
Right.
And just making some of those gorgeous big wines. And they made such a huge impact on me at such a young wine age.
Sure.
We're looking at 15, 16 years ago.
Right.
When I got serious about wine, not
Right.
just doing
Not
a
just
wine,
slugging it.
not just doing a wine program.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
actually,
There is
why
a
am I
difference.
doing a wine
Yeah.
program?
Right.
And Ojai was always, and that was back, nobody's talking about Santa Barbara.
Nobody.
And this cat was like all in. He's like, no, he'd been making wine there for 20 years before anybody even gave that area the time of day.
And now you got Fest Parker.
Now they're the darlings.
Yeah, and of course, we did
But he knew.
we did the Fest Parker wine dinner here.
Yep, that's right.
So we love that. We Chris and I have you just don't see Santa Barbara and Monterey wines on people's list. We kind of geek out on them. My parents would send wine from Santa Barbara winery.
I mean, for decades.
Yeah, and so these are things that have always been a part of our daily enjoyment. But we're going to try to educate and not educate, but just
enlighten.
Share, enlighten. Hey, let's not miss out on this wonderful region.
But I think it's because they do majority European and Italian and French varietals. They don't get the same attention as the rest of California doing Cab Merlot Pinot.
I agree.
And because you're doing Sangiovese, because you're doing Grenache and Chard and Syrah, you're not doing the cookie cutter California thing. And I think that puts them, regardless of quality, at a disadvantage from the start.
And I gotta tell you, it's also not like a Disneyland down there. These are artists,
serious people. Serious
all
people.
through Arroyo Seco, Santa Lucia, going all
in
the way
Santa
down.
Lucia Highlands, you better have a good car to go do a wine tasting there, because it's not.
It's crazy.
You're like you could take the whole day and you're going to get 2 tastings.
Yeah, going all the way.
It's a vast area.
Going all the way down to Santa Barbara. Where I would say it culminates in the coolness, and then when you go south of there, it starts to get warmer again.
Yeah.
But that whole stretch down the coast there, it's all. I think it's all worthy. I love their unpretentiousness. They're not like, hey, look at me style.
They're all serious people.
There's no buses rolling up there. This is like, hey, if you can come find us, you can drink with us. Otherwise, we'll just catch you later.
And they're on enough high-end lists and the wine clubs that sell out every year. They don't need to be on Publix.
Yeah.
So they're not going to have that commercialization.
Yeah, there's more of a connection with the customers, I believe.
And the land.
I think there's a direct kind of, they make relationships with their the people they sell to, buyers, I guess. But regardless, if you haven't been out there, get out there, and if not, well, you can just drink this wine and you can probably close your eyes and probably get a picture, because this is really both. I think these areas are very terroir driven.
Oh, absolutely. There is no better. I don't think that you're going to find, especially at the hands of winemakers of this caliber and that care this much about the area, that you're not going to see a better representation of a region in California than you are in this area, because they're all in on the small terroir driven wines. They want the expression to speak for themselves, and if you don't like it, so what?
That's right, because they know, they are confident,
but they do know,
and they know what they have, and so it's just a matter of time. All right, Chef. We have banged out 2 more beauties. I just want to mention that we're on the cusp of some very big stuff coming.
We are.
I wanted to mention
there's some big things in the works.
Valentine's, it's coming. And we're doing a lot of stuff at Valentine's. So I want to kind of leak the word out here today. So we're looking at Monday the 14th.
It's Valentine's proper.
We're going to have dinner service.
Yep.
We're going to have a chef's table.
Correct.
On Sunday, the 13th, we're going to do a wine. That's Super Bowl Sunday. At 1 o'clock, we're going to do a wine and chocolate pairing of 5 wines, 3 of our wines that we make here at Old North State, and 2 international varietals. The 12th and the 11th happen to be Saturday and Friday. And we are also going to have a beautiful choice of 3 or 4.
Yeah, we'll have a little prefix menu with a couple of choices in between.
Great couples menu and chef's tables on both of those nights. So we've got dinner Friday, the special menu will be Friday, Saturday, and Monday. correct? We're gonna do
That's correct.
dining room
Absolutely.
service on Monday
Dining
as
room
well.
service, yeah.
So there's no way that you and your sweetheart cannot make it one of those
We
3
got a
days.
spot for you.
Well, I mean,
We got a spot.
I get it when Valentine's is one day. I get
Yeah,
that.
if it's on
But when
Wednesday,
when
yeah,
you,
you're kind of,
you're kind of,
yeah, it's done.
But if you stretch, we were. This is the best way it's ever fallen.
It's kind of like we treat birthdays. Birthday
yeah,
months.
we get close.
We get birthday months.
close. But you have this. You have
birthday
a
boy coming up, by the way, that week.
yeah. That the couple days after I'll be turning 22.
That's a
just
big one.
kidding. Yeah. So
I think it's 24.
we've got that nice 4-day of all kinds of cool stuff. Well, I mean, obviously we're gonna have our
We're
Thursday
gonna
night.
be like Disneyland.
We're gonna be the Disneyland of food and wine. We're gonna have our Thursday night tasting on Thursday and our virtual. We're gonna have our Friday night, Saturday night, Monday night prefix in the dining room, chef's table at the chef's table, and of course Sunday a beautiful wine and chocolate pairing. So it's early enough to where you can hit that and then go catch all your Super Bowl parties. What a week!
What a week.
And that's also the same week you'll have some beautiful options for family meals.
There's going to be some great family meals, and I just know that Thursday for our wine tasting and our video, there's going to be some Valentine theme influence.
Yeah,
I
there's
just
no
know
doubt
it.
about it.
I just know it.
So mark your calendars, make your plans. We'd love to have you in some form or fashion. Even if it's carry out, we want to take care of you. We want to stay connected. The restaurant, it needs your support in the winter. That's when we have the hardest time.
It's a hard time. It's a hard time for all.
The
for
tourists
us.
aren't around. It's too cold, too icy. So we're counting on locals, and we appreciate all your support, everybody that does.
And real quick, the Stolpman, we're doing a little slider.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry,
No,
Chef.
no, we got a lot on our minds. I got into Painted Hills beef.
Nice.
Painted Hills.
Out of Oregon?
Out of Oregon,
Yeah.
one of our favorite. And I'll be going there in March. Tamisa and I are flying out, and Tamisa's mom flying out to see our son, who's been out there for a year, and we miss him. He hadn't been home for holidays, so I guess we got to go out there and see him.
Yeah, we should.
So we're going to go out there and visit our boy, and darn it, I'm just going to go see 12 wineries while we're there.
Yeah. Well,
You know.
someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it. But anyway, we love Painted Hills. We love their farm. We love their practices. We're going to do a little slider with them. We're going to do a Bordelaise braised wild mushroom
Nice.
with the slider, so it's going to be a real beautiful dish with this. So that's what's
Slightly
in the last
fancy,
thing in your box. Another over-the-top box
Mhm.
for your pickup pleasure.
I love it. Chef, you spoil them.
There'll be a cheese on that too. Probably the Ridgeline, because we've got somebody ask for some Ridgeline, so I'll probably work some Ridgeline into that slider as well. So
Beautiful. All right, everybody. Thanks for your time. Remember, we're here for you. So if there's something you're looking for, just let us know.
Let
We'll
us know.
certainly try to feature it, bring it in the restaurant, or and prepare it as Chef does. We're happy to
put
do
it in a
it.
box to go home.
All right.
Whatever you need.
Yep. Beautiful. Catch you next week, folks.
Thank you for everything.